like what I've done with the place.
It ends tonight.
I know it does. I've seen it.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is Monday, February 18th, and we had one heck of a Q weekend. Wow. We had yesterday with 34 posts. That's 34, so 17 plus 17 is 34. Wow. On the 17th month of the Q campaign. Wow. On the 17th day of February. Wow. And we had our 17th Q/POTUS Delta, which means that Q and our President of the United States posted at the same time. 17. Do you guys 5-5 that? Shady, welcome to the show. This is my partner in justice because we're sick of the crime. Shady, welcome.
Good day, Matrixxx. Good day, all fellow Anons out there, Patriots, and man, oh man, Q followers. Wow, what a journey! And look at this weekend. This is pretty incredible. Well, I think he posted information waterfall, man, and wow, look at this.
Yeah, Brina Just B says raining booms. Absolutely. Hello, yes. Periscope. How are you doing? Israel says hello. Yes, Israel's here. Storm Phase 355. What's up? Says PairODocs01. Shady Groove says 5-5. Hey, Shady. Welcome to Periscope out there. Shane, 17. Exactly. Lots of 17s. You guys, welcome.
This is the time of 17.
So, yeah, this is the Great Awakening, the Great Reawakening, as our president calls it. Shady, what do you think about that? That was amazing.
I think that we're trying to believe he does not have a time machine.
Well, I don't know anymore, man.
I don't either, man. This is getting a little bit over the top with how much is happening, guys. Everybody out there, your president has started tweeting about direct comms of a deep state coup. So now we get to all sit around and watch the media pretend like it's not a story. Quite interesting.
Yeah, that's right. And we've got quite a few Q drops to talk about today. I think we're going to try to do the 16th and 17th, Shady, uh,
Okay.
because there were so many. But I think it really tells a good story as well. Spud says, howdy, howdy, Matrixxx, and to you too, Shady. Hey, YouTube. We've got 312 people watching right now. Go ahead and help us. Tweet it out. Stormy Joe Patriot just spoiled the whole movie. He said D-class. Stormy Joe, what's up, brother? Stormy Patriot 21. Good to see you here. But we got so many Q posts to go through. I mean, it's just amazing. Shady, what do you think? Should we jump into it?
Let's jump into it. Let's get started and kind of take them apart a little bit as we go down. They're very, very direct to us now. Qs being so specific with the president. The mainstream media are, I mean, I don't really think they're going to be able to hold back much longer, especially after this weekend of talking about this project and what Q's been saying to them. So many people out there, by the way, all you great Anons, putting the memes and stuff. We got the Q Plus that said we love our memes, but put those memes right underneath these people's comments. We're the news now. We're the media now. We're the information now. You guys have the information, and do not be silent with it. Please take it right to the blue check marks. That's where other people reading their threads need to see it.
You are the news now, everybody.
That's right.
You are the news. Joe says you are the MSM now. Absolutely. Yeah. 329 watching, 21 likes in London. Tumbleweed UK, welcome. We'll get more. We'll get it there. People, we're just restreaming right now, so we give people a chance to join. It's also able to be viewed on Twitter via Periscope. Hello, Periscope people out there. And I'm just going to go ahead and start it off with my Q alert 2/16/19. This will be my thread for Saturday, February 16th, 2019. You have more than you know and more. Let's go. And don't forget to visit intheMatrixx.com. There's my picture that I start off with my threads. If you're new to Q, if you're new to the Matrix, the way that intheMatrixx posts, I go ahead and I start off when Q starts posting. I start off this as a thread. So if you open up any one of these, you can go up and down and figure out what posts are there. Okay, so they're always together. So I'm trying to keep them doing that. I've been doing that since maybe February. So damn near every Q post is on intheMatrixx timeline. And Shady, so we're basically going to start off with this Q who used my meme again, Anon's new, and it has a Dan Scavino 45. It says tweet, and the Scavino 45 tweet says, after declaring a national emergency, President Donald Trump is briefed on U.S. Army Chief of Engineers Commanding General Lieutenant General Todd T. Semonite on the status to date of the border wall and all future construction to begin along the southern border. Anon's new in March. There's the meme right there. So thank you, President. Much appreciated. So then, basically, and the 16th is, what did you do today, Shady? We launched the QArmy social network, and I got Q'd again. It's a beautiful day. And it's not bragging. You guys have to realize how invigorating it is when you see Q point to you. This is the intheMatrixxx website. If you want to go to the social media site, it's all the way down here on the menu, all the way to the left. We've got almost 2,000 people. If you check it out, this is my login right here at the top. This is my profile right here. So we go to intheMatrixxx profile, and it shows me, just kind of like Twitter. It looks just like that stuff. We can. Truth Seeker says, great comments about God, perfect for each life. Thank you. This is our social media, guys. It looks just like some of the other books that you might see, aka face. So really excited to have this. We've got mail. You can check the home timelines. We've got chat right here in the bottom right-hand corner as well. And we can chat in multiple different languages. So our Make Earth Great Again mega movement can continue globally, and we can all communicate as well. So you click here to start that chat, Shady. It's awesome. Here it is. I joined the chat room. here's somebody saying the Matrixxx Grooove Hour is coming on. So we all have a place to go when and if these social platforms go down. And that's what we're doing. We're getting organized. We're getting united. Okay, so back to that. Shady, if you want to comment on that while I get back to the thread?
Well, I would like to maybe just say for a second the proofs are going in the future are going to be so overwhelmingly obvious that it isn't going to be a lot up for discussion. But talking about the wall and talking about what's really going on and what we've been seeing go on, you know, the pictures and stuff from Anons around the border have been coming through the chans for months now, showing us big sections of the wall getting built. So we know that it's being done, and the mainstream media is doing everything in their power to tell people it isn't being done. And so the news is that a wall is being built, a barrier on our southern border to prevent an enormous amount of trafficking in everything you can imagine from coming across that border is being done. And now that we have the national emergency declared and stuff that happened at the end of the weekend, I want everybody to rest assured that your country is now in good hands. And I know we've been a long time on very unstable water, but for one of the first times in my life, I feel very well secure and protected that the good people are in charge.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, it's a little freaky being doxxed and whatnot, but I'm all in. I'm good. Let's keep going together. You know, so this is what the social. You know, we've got Southern Illinoisans for Trump. I mean, there is so much. I am just in awe of the people here. There's videos here. There's Jordan Sather is here. Just invited iPod. Hopefully, Serial Brain will put a little place out here. I would love that. We've got people coming in that are amazing. So all of you, thank you very much for the overwhelming response for this. Wonderful. And this is for the normies. This is for the new eyes, guys. We need to be there for them, and we are going to be. So thank you all. Thank you all for doing that. I appreciate it. All right. So with that, we are back to our Twitter threads. This is the next one. He Q team with Carpe Donktum status. It was an awesome one. MAGA all day long on the daily fighting about the wall. You know, it's a meme of POTUS and versus CNN Jim Acosta. Go check it out if you haven't checked it out. But we're going to keep moving along because we got so much to do. We got Q post. This is another big one right here. It's 2740. Shady, and basically it's entitled "How the D's Attempted to Set Up Donald Trump Jr. with Bogus Russian Collusion." Devin Nunes tweeted, "Didn't the Russians meet with Dem Clinton operatives before and after the meeting?" And then here's the article right here about new evidence refutes Schiff's theory about Trump's tower meeting. So really good stuff. They were not with his father, the Don Jr. mysterious phone calls, and that's Devin Nunes' status. And then we've got a Q post 2043. Shady, do you want to read that? Because I think it's kind of important to understand exactly what this says.
On you said what number was that?
All right, so it's within the Q post. It's Q post 2043.
Oh, the one that was in it. Oh, okay. Now I see which one you're talking about.
Special approval?
Yeah. Special approval with the stringer P7291730093991Z. Set up, execute. 1. The Hill article, Administration on Homeland Security confirms special entry for Russian lawyer. Now, this is posted, notice, guys, on August 31. Loretta Lynch paper trail, special entry. Natalia Vasilevskia, I don't even know how to say that, to Manafort. FISA warrant issued, approved by Manafort. Mueller to Manafort. FISA warrant issued, approved Papadopoulos. Mueller to Papadopoulos. FISA warrant issued, approved Page. Mueller to Page. FISA warrant issued, approved Flynn. Mueller to Flynn. You must target, remove, and silence all those illegally targeted for FISA surveillance, plus UK assistance. UK assistance plus FISA surveillance included all upstream collection, plus tangent contacts, umbrella surveillance. Foreign target designators create leapfrog hops to isolated real targets, non-F comms. Sec 702, NSA feature article linked here. Example, P talks to X, X talks to Y, Y talks to Z. P, X, Y, Z equals bulk data collection umbrella. UK assist allows for normal FISA law deconstruct. Deconstruct includes D2 spy insert. Deconstruct includes non-FISA warrant spec ops, classified public Q. Now, from August, this is in reference to the way they were able to work and get this lady here to have a pretend meeting with Don Jr. Okay, so this is going back to before the election. Then Q posted this last August, pointing us back to this information, and now here again just the other day, showing you what's coming around in the news. The truth. What's the truth? The truth is this lady was rejected her visas a few times. And then all of a sudden, with Loretta Lynch's help, the attorney general, then she gets in and has a meeting with Don Jr. that your crazy media has been throwing at you for months and months and months, that this is, some big conspiracy.
That's right. And you know what, I was talking on the chat. So you said you have more than you know. Why did LL Attorney General of the United States? Yes.
And then underneath there, to grant special entry for her, Don Jr. set up meeting. And then why was NV barred from entering prior to? If you have no real evidence of Russian collusion, you must attempt to manufacture Russian collusion.
Perfect. And, I'm sorry, because I just wanted to thank Shadow Recon. Because of what you just did there, you're helping getting this bigger and better. So thank you for that. And it's a freedom to do what you do. And we so appreciate you. Thank you, Shadow. So yes, that was a great post. Just really calling out the collusion, right? So there's no collusion, guys. So then we've got the next one. I'm going to go over to my Twitter page because I can kind of show you the tweet as well. Shady, didn't you use this the other day on your, or is this a different one? Remember this? It's another one in Jersey City where we go.
No, that's it was about 2 weeks ago. This was the picture. I used it on the cover of one of the Q Lounge shows, but it was from inside, kind of at night. So the picture was a little different, but it was the same booth.
It was the same one in Jersey City. That's so awesome. That's so awesome. So we've got some QAnons in Jersey City. Thank you very much. You, all of us appreciate it, because Q goes on to say that it's bigger than you realize. Purpose of fake news attacks: slow growth / reach. That's the purpose. And that's what Q says in 2741. So I thought that was a really good one, Shady. Then on 2742, similar to below, saying, going to this Twitter right here, look at this. The Scottish Parliament has a huge Q on it. I love it. And I got it I was the second like, and I obviously retweeted that as well after I grabbed the photo. But Sensei Common, good post. Look at that. The Scottish Parliament, Shady.
I dropped that to you guys in the YouTube chat out there, but there was the link. It's so neat that Q is calling people out on Twitter like this and dropping their stuff, and like I said, it's so many people over there. You just feel the unity really starting to get great momentum.
So agree. Yes, and you guys have great memes. You guys have great ideas. You guys are great diggers. Get on over to the website, social media, set up a site. Let's be loud, be proud, be heard. Let's talk to each other. Let's dig. Let's keep going. Obviously, if you're an Anon, keep posting on the Chan boards. This isn't for the Anons, as per se, but it's for when the new people, wake up, basically. Okay. So this is Breitbart.com, and also of Twitter and Facebook and Discord and whatever else goes down. We have a place to rally. We know where to go. It's owned by us, nobody else. So, Breitbart article, Q posts this too. Nolte networks refuse to cover Senate's No Russia Collusion report by John Nolte on February 16th. Q linked us to that. John Nolte is from Breitbart and said this. How do you know when the media is biased and pushing a knowingly false, fake narrative? Disinformation campaign designed to buy them more time by attempting to con enough people in order to remove the duly elected President of the United States, in order to save themselves from prosecution. Enemy of the people, Q. That's 2743, Shady. That's enemy of the people. We know is the MSM. It's that MSM stuff. So then we've got a really interesting Q post here. Beautiful, of course. Q post 2744. But the Lord is faithful, and he will strengthen you and protect you from the evil one. Dash 2. Thessalonians. I can never say that correctly. I'm sorry. 3:3. Then God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Psalm 46:1. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Matthew 6:13. Q. And there is some. I'm going to open up the comments to this tweet, Shady, because there is some interesting decodes underneath the Twitter, and I don't know if it got to the chance because I was busy, but there was some numerology in there. Somebody says, "Lead us not into temptations." The frame specific in the Lord's Prayer that Pope Francis thinks he has the authority to change. That's right, Bankster Slayer, absolutely.
Yep.
So beautiful. We have such an awesome God, says Carderas Susan. Thank you. You have more than you know in the Holy Bible picture. Amen, amen. I'm trying to get to this one that said, where is it? It had the numerology. Basically, it added up to 9/11. Let's see. There's Liberty. She has to say, but the Lord is faithful and will strengthen you and protect you from the evil one. Oh, awesome. She found the actual. Wow, that's beautiful. Good job. Thank you, Liberty. But I don't know if I can actually find it right here on the fly, but there was some numerology, guys. Come check it out. We're going to look into that a little bit more, but that was a pretty amazing Q post. Shady?
Yeah, I wanted to maybe mention with the maybe people that are new to checking out your threads, how Twitter works the threads in a way. Like if you click on a post that's in his thread, like say 4 or 5 down, then you go to the bottom of the chain and you'll see the comments on that post. So it's a little bit confusing, but if you kind of just
Yeah.
remember where you're at, and then you go back up to where you started reading that from. But really, if you start digging into these threads and seeing what other anons are bringing to this conversation that we get involved with, and having discussions back and forth that tag us and bring our attention to different things. This is just remember the participation out there from all of you beautiful people is part of what has got us here and part of what is propelling us into the future of freedom of information, the freedom to choose to consume what information you choose to consume.
Yeah, ultimately it's up to you. The choice is for you to know. But, figure it out. Look at CNN. Look at all of them and figure it out for yourself. Go Google it, DuckDuckGo, however you want to call it. But the truth is learned. It's never told. You can't tell people the truth. They have to go learn it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what this is all about. It's about giving us the tools that we need to help so many people. So what Shady's talking about is like, let's say we wanted to look at the V for Vendetta comments, but I'm already on another post. I will have to click this post as I just did. I just clicked it. Okay. Now I can go down to the bottom after
To see
the
the
post
comments
to see
on
the
that
comments.
post.
You see that?
Right.
So that's how you go ahead and look at that. Okay. So it's kind of confusing, but it took a while to figure out. So if I want to see the comments for this one with the where we go one we go all picture, I click that post right there on the side right there, and it refreshes and it goes down and we can see the comments past the remainder of the posts in the thread. Okay, so that's how you do it. Okay, there's Stig. Hey, what's up, buddy? Good people looking at this stuff. So that's a little bit of that. So that's basically wraps up the 16th, Shady, and we basically cruise into the 34 posts on the 17th.
And wow, what a day. Oh man, what a day. A barrage of information yesterday, Brud. Mind altering information that's being posted for all of you guys to see. I think you're going to be pretty impressed whenever we go through some of this stuff and read it to you. This is one of the biggest days in the Q movement was yesterday, Matrixxx. It was really a big day to push out information and to use the laser pointer. Okay, we're done. We got Barr in there now. We have the Supreme Court secured. Special counsel's got a leash on it. So we are 5-5 and getting ready to roll through some of this stuff. So you guys don't get tired of explaining this to your friends, because there's a lot of questions coming down the pike for you. Just be ready.
Absolutely. And I'm just going over to my thread now, and I'm going to go ahead and bring it up for you guys. This is my Q alert for 2/17/19. This will be my thread for Sunday, February 17th, 2019. Why are we being attacked by pro-MAGA? The establishment runs deep, logical thinking, and more. Let's go. And don't forget, intheMatrixxx.com. And here's what I used today. That's our menu in intheMatrixxx.com. I love that picture because you are getting your hands on the knowledge to get out of this matrix. That's how I look at that photo. Love that photo. All right, so here we go. Fox News link. It's former top FBI lawyer. 2 Trump cabinet officials were ready to support 25th Amendment effort. Eric Shawn says Rosenstein, a wire, and the 25th Amendment. And there he is, shuffling his little papers. RR. And Q says, information waterfall. Buckle up. Traitors in the kill box. Q. And let me tell you, after this post, we sure did get an information waterfall as we keep going through these. Shady, you want to take the next one? It's about the Scaramucci model. Can you see it on the screen?
I'm right there with you. We've got Q post number 2746. This says, they were removed. When was Page removed from the investigation? What month? July 17? Early? When was Scaramucci hired? July 17? Late. Regarding the Scaramucci model, 5-5, loud and clear, Anons. Those who left majority did not have a choice. All remained pro-MAGA and loyal to POTUS. Why are we attacked by pro-MAGA? The establishment runs deep, logical thinking, Q. And just to speak to that for a second, I want you guys to understand this is part of what's getting ready to come into focus that I think a lot of folks out there aren't aware of. Maybe that, are in this kind of Republican Democrat back and forth, that there is no such thing as a Republican Democrat. It's pretty much the same swamp of swampy. Right now, we're bringing everything to the truth to say what's been going on, but you're seeing the pundits, whether it be Ann Coulter or other quote unquote pro-MAGA people, yelling and screaming and jumping up and down and causing a fit. Well, these are not recognize that a lot of these people, Woodward Bernstein, these people have had their what's the bestseller list? Okay, everybody's trying to get on the what bestseller list. So think about where the propaganda comes from and who these people are. And remember, once a clown, always a clown, and you never tell anyone you're a clown. So the only way we can find the clowns is to listen to what they say. And this post right here tells you how to find the clown. So listen to what they say, and then understand if they're going against what you understand your president saying through Twitter directly to you, okay? If they're saying, no, he's not saying that, or he's not doing that, he's doing this, well, we know who to not listen to in that scenario. Very clear comms here for you guys, and very clear future proves past reality in 2746.
Yep, love that post. And by the way, Scaramucci, thank you for following me. I appreciate it. The mooch. It's awesome. So we got 2747, and there are 2 briefings, right? So this is the National Security and Defense. This is President Donald J. Trump border security victory, and basically it's I'm going to go to it because we have to. Jeez, I'm sorry, I should have had this open for you guys. My apologies. But while I'm covering that and opening that one, the other one was statement by the president regarding immigration, talking about the law that they signed in, the HJ Res 31. So it's the Consolidated Appropriations Act. Okay. Uh-oh. Whoa. Hang on one second, guys. Technical. Okay, so I can go to this. All right, so this is the I will never waver from my sacred duty to defend this nation and its people. We will get the job done. Securing our border, President Donald J. Trump is following through on his promise to secure the border with legislation and executive action. President Trump was elected partly on his promise to secure our southern border and barrier, and since his first day in office, he has been following through on that promise. As President has said, Sections of the border wall are already being built, and the legislation and executive actions are building on that progress. Executive action being taken by the president makes available additional funding to secure our border that is essential to our national security. Legislative wins. President Trump secured a number of significant legislative victories in the Homeland Security Appropriations Bill that is further his efforts to secure the southern border and protect our country. So it contains robust resources and additional provisions to secure the border and strengthen immigration enforcement. It'll provide $1.375 billion for approximately 55 miles of border barrier in highly dangerous and drug smuggling areas in the Rio Grande Valley, where it is desperately needed. More than 40% of all border apprehensions occurred in the Rio Grande Valley sector during fiscal year 2018. Rio Grande Valley was the border sector with the most known deaths of illegal border crossers in FY14. $415 million will go towards addressing the humanitarian crisis at the border by providing medical care, transportation, processing centers, and consumables. And it kind of goes on. So you guys can read it there. Shady dropped it off for you. There you go. So amazing. And then there's the other one, as I go back, on the immigration. So you guys can read that. There's a lot to read. We got to, keep on in touch with this. Moving on to the next Q post. Q drops the picture of 2648. This is Q 2748, and he dropped 2468, excuse me, the Scaramucci play. Temp hire to remove embedded untrustworthy staffers, Spicer, Priebus, temps, and very dangerous to those who are targeted, think Whitaker. Next week, White House optics must remain stable. So we'll look at that one there, and Q responds with this. Let me just, that's it. So yeah, he responded with that graphic.
Yeah, it was just the two pieces together. He put it on that post. That's
right. So that's the Scaramucci play. Temp hire to remove embedded untrustworthy staffer. He answered Spicer and Priebus. Temps can be very dangerous to those who are targeted. Think Whitaker. Next week or this week, right? So here we go. That's Q. Moving on to Q post 2749. Is it 2749, Shady? Is that where we're at? Yep, 2749. Yes. You want to take that one?
Yeah, this was just the link to the statement by the president, and saying that so all restrictions are off. Trust your president, and the portion he pointed us to was numerous provision purport in certain circumstances to condition the authority of officers to spend or reallocate funds on the approval of the congressional committees. Division E, Section 403 and 409, Division G, Sections 188, 405, and 406. These are impermissible forms of congressional aggrandizement in the execution of the laws other than by the enactment of statutes. My administration will make appropriate efforts to notify the relevant committees before taking the specified actions and will accord the recommendations of such committees all appropriate and serious considerations, but it will not treat spending decisions as department on the approval of congressional committees. I think a little bit of Q just trying to let people understand that under the national emergency reality, yes, we let this bill go through, but we have line item pen veto of all of this pork and stuff that they threw in there. So to quote, trust your president. That's the,
Yep, trust him. There's a lot of people. He signed that bill. I know. I get it. But trust your president. That's what Q is trying to tell us there.
And then the very next post here, he just refers back to Trump's statement, is brilliant deep state loaded the bill with multiple facets to block it. And his White House statement just released systematically points out section by section where they tried to block him and his countering that by citing presidential and constitutional authority. Shall we play a game? And then hashtags there. So this is the communications. And, like Matrixxx and I have said multiple times, we're here to show you the communications, and we're here to tell you how we see this a little bit, but we're also here to tell you, think for yourself. Do you trust your president? Has he gained your trust? Has he earned your trust? Do you trust him? If you trust him, then trust him and do not listen to all of the the flocks out there, the people that are bouncing around, the
Mobs.
people that are making the noise, the mob, the pack,
Yeah.
So just trust in yourself. Look within. Remember your faith, your path is for you to understand, and learning to trust yourself with new information and with raw information. It doesn't have to be prettied up and stuck in front of you and said, oh, think this. That's exactly the opposite of what we're trying to do here.
Yep. And we're here to learn with you. And you're the new
Exactly.
news. So if you've got something, we're going to help you get it out there. You want to come on the show? We got some really cool things coming up. Phone calls. We're going to just stay tuned, guys. This is, we are going to grow. And it's because of you. Thank you. And also what you should trust is what Q is telling you right here in 2751. I trust POTUS and I trust the Lord. The Lord is leading POTUS. Of that I'm certain. And Q says, the Lord is leading us all. Good versus evil. Q. Very interesting post.
And not, again, Q attempting to let us all know good versus evil, not you versus mind-numbingly. I don't even know what the word is for them, but the people who are of the mindset of being brainwashed and zombified, those are not the enemy. Okay. The people who are tricked and hypnotized are not your enemy. Enemy is the evil that permeates this realm. That's who we're trying to expose. Once we shine a light on that and get it exposed in the worldwide conversation, trust me, we're going to shrink it in a bathtub right real fast.
That's right. Absolutely. We got this. You're the news now. And Q goes on to say, reposted an anonymous post that said, pass bread. Q, these phrases below imply that Trump plans on following his constitutional rights, no matter what he signed in the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2019. The act, which authorizes appropriations to fund the operation of a number of agencies in the federal government through September 30th, 2019. Quote, my administration will treat each of these provisions consistent with the president's constitutional authorities with respect to foreign relations, end quote. And, quote, my administration will continue the practice of treating provisions like these as an advisory and non-binding, quote, end quote. And, quote, my administration will make appropriate efforts to notify the relevant committees before taking the specific actions and will accord the recommendations of such committees all appropriate and serious consideration, but it will not treat that spending decision as dependent on the approval of congressional committees. And Q says, you are the news now. Q. Brilliant, Anon. So if you guys read that bill doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean he's bound by it because he's got these executive actions with the state of emergency. Look, he's got more power than you think. The ultimate power resides with our president.
Right. And just maybe think back to maybe some of the older people out there. You remember the line item veto and that whole thing about the way that the deep state has been able to manipulate our society to kind of turn in on itself and turn over on itself and be corrupt to its core. Well, we're using all of those, things like that were in the Patriot Act and different other pieces of legislation that are still intact. All of these maneuvers are being used against them. That's why the Q information has been so important to connect us back to, okay, what are the laws that they thought they were going to use? Oh, they thought they were going to throw all of you red-pilled people in detention centers?
Yeah.
No, that's not the way this is going to work, but we're going to use the statutes to get at the swamp creatures that aren't the main ones. Well, there's a bunch of other minions out there. So just very, very, very good to know that your president is in control. And remember, he does have the power of that pen, and he's not he's not going into things blindly. Trust that that already.
That's right. I mean, this is amazing. This is amazing, and I want to show this to you too. It's interesting that this post, oh my God, has 322 likes. Well, 32 plus 2 is 34, which equals 17 plus 17. Booyah! You can make it look whatever you want, guys. So I love that. So this was another amazing post. I just had to do that, Shady. That was funny. 2753. This was T-Boots, TEA Boots status on Twitter, and he reposted, "This man needs to be heard. He's fed up with the liberals and their destructive behavior." And he says, "Don't like this country, leave." And I tell you, I watched this a couple of times. This guy is passionate. And I actually followed back up on him too. We'll see that in the future. I'm not going to play it. Maybe we'll play it on the Q Lounge maybe this Friday. But it was an excellent, well done, well said, sir. My hat tip to you. Then I'm going to go down to Q2574. Q team posts a map along with T-Hawk's Twitter status and says, "It's very simple. Without illegal vote, D's lose. Previous illegal immigration, high pop versus D win by country provided. Example 2. Why do D's push for illegals to obtain driver's license? Does having a DL make it easier to vote? What states provides DLs to illegals? California." Excuse me. "What checks are in place within each of the DL granted states to prevent 2X, 3X, 4X, 5X voting? Compare versus 2016 presidential election results. What do you notice? Do you believe in coincidences? Memes are important. Hashtag facts matter." And Shady, that's a great map there. I don't know, just kind of scroll down here too. Memes are important, right? So that's the memes are important one. I don't know why I missed that one, but Q team came back and said Q2755. He reposted the the Anon found the 2016 election results. Then we've got this wonderful. Let me just see. Maybe he reposted that later. But anyways, we'll go to this one. 2756. We're talking about why do D's want to control the black population? Why do they intentionally keep poor and in need? Why do D's project racism on a daily basis against ours? Why do black elected officials do the crazy talk on behalf of D's? How do D's cover the historical facts of forming the Confederacy, KKK, and oppose all things pro-black regarding legislation? What happens if the D's lose the slave grip on the black population? Why do D's, through the funding of the CIA, prop up and install Hollywood media assets? Does this fall within Operation Mockingbird? What were the historical advantages D's gained by having MSM and famous people peddling their narrative? Who exposed the pedo network within Hwood? You can't answer the above, but will laugh once disclose details. The network which controls this false narrative, which in turn keeps the black pop under control, is being dismantled. False local and national black leaders will be exposed next as shills for the D Party. Follow the money. Maxine Waters has a $4 million home and cash assets in excess of $6 million. How is that possible? That's just one example. All of these questions help paint the full picture. And I just really want a quick Christabel Case. Thank you for all you do for the QArmy. God bless America. God bless you. Thank you for that. Then there's one more graphic in this pic, Shady. It's the actual Q post, and then somebody made a cool meme about it, so it's actually the same thing. It's Q post 19 on October 31st is that meme, just so you know.
Q post 19, guys. This
19.
is, this was within this was like the second, third day of the operation to start dropping information. So look at how this is how you're gonna red pill your friends right here. Future proofs past. Look at this, a year and a half ago. Now we're having this conversation. This is the conversation we were attempting to bring to break the mainstream media matrix. And I think that it is just about broken.
Yeah.
So this is the push. This is the narrative. You see what everything slides to. Before, everybody kind of thought that, this conversation that was being had was something that was being had by most of us. Well, no, this is a conversation being had in the centers of the cities that are pretty remote from mainstream America. And get out there, drive around, go into the stores, walk around, talk to people, see people, interact with people. Guess what? People are very, very different in real life than they are portrayed to you on social media and in the news.
Yep, absolutely. And with those two memes, Q posted date posted early, October 31st, 2017, prior to the black population awakening. Why did we emphasize as important? When you are awake, we can see clearly. When you are awake, we can see clearly. Q. That's amazing.
And notice, you're going to see here in just a second I think the one GIF that the Anon made with the layover of the maps, but this is crucial because what I was just speaking about, the city centers and the control that they have over winning elections. Just think about that. This is, Q talking about, well, you don't have to have a license to vote, but you have to have a license for everything else. Why is that? There's only one reason that could possibly be. And now you see here where these states overlaying where the votes were on where illegal people can get driver's licenses. Now, they're handing out driver's licenses on social security numbers that are all 9. They've been doing this for like 15, 20 years. So, these people aren't there. Now they're saying an article just come out that California are trying to pretty much saying that as long as you turn yourself in for any crime other than murder, they're not even going to arrest you. This is just getting out of hand now, everyone. We have to get some sort of sanity back to this system.
Yeah, and it's going to happen. And 2758, Shady, you want to take this one? This is about the Delta.
Yes.
There's the map right there. You want to kind of explain that real quick?
So this is showing how the kind of the zero delta works with the drops of the Q post and the president tweeting, and that's what we've been discussing quite a lot here. The Anon grabbed this and said, "Look," pointing to this. Matrixxx has got it pulled up there, and you can see yet another blatant Q proof. 00 delta. Trump team is with us today, friends. And then, oh my gosh, this has got to be like one of my favorite posts ever.
This is Q plus too.
We love our memes, don't we, folks? Q plus.
I can just hear.
Oh God, I can hear it too.
I could just hear somebody saying that we know. Maybe I don't know.
I read it, and I was like, wow. I had to pause and sit with it just a minute. I was like, man, oh man, he's talking right to you. And the meme has changed the game, guys. Being able to take a picture of something that passes information, so they can't edit it in their algorithm. Oh my goodness, you have no idea how crucial that has been.
It's awesome. It's awesome, man. I tell you that was the most amazing. And then you've got a Q plus one here. I mean, this is amazing. This is, wow, it's just loading kind of funny here. Did I miss the GIF, Shady? Maybe I did. 2759. So here's basically Donald Trump right there at 12 seconds at the White House. 5-5 coming down here. Here's the GIF. It's very simple. Without the illegal votes, D's lose. Previous illegal immigration high pop versus D win by country provided. Example 2. Why do D's push for illegals to obtain driver's license? Does having a driver's license make it easier to vote? Offering a driver's license to immigrants. Here's the link. What states do they provide? We've got that. Okay, so that's it. That's the Facts Matter. He's reposting that. Then they reposted the Anon found the map, the election results map. And then here at 52 seconds from the White House, for Twitter from iPhone, that's Trump's tweets, both of those. 20 Delta, guys. 2.
On the 17th month of the operation, man, come on, guys. We're going to destroy the narrative with this information. It is unbelievable what we actually have here, everyone.
And that was another Q plus. Thank you, Louise Verville. I appreciate that, Shady, and I do appreciate that. So that was another Q plus one, Shady. Unbelievable. So let me go ahead and go back to the You Are the News now. So here we go. Q post 2760. This is a repeat. Anons Are the News now. Here you got these numbering up here is from Q Europe, I think. Is that the correct numbers? Yeah, they are the correct numbers up there. Okay, I like that. That looks good. And that's basically the same tweets that we've been talking about in Q posts. And Q says, "You are the news now." Q.
Election results.
Yep.
States that you could get a driver's license as an illegal person.
Isn't that awesome? Now
guys.
Here's another one. There have been 16 at this point. 16 occurrences of a zero delta between Q and POTUS synced to the minute. So what that means is Q is typing a post on the Chan boards, and POTUS, real Donald Trump, is making a tweet, and they basically look at each other and go, "Ready, send,
Go."
post." Right?
And the lag is a couple of seconds that it takes for the message to move around. This has happened over and over and over again. Unreal. This is not just happening yesterday. This has happened before, but yesterday escalated. Look what we can do. What is it going to look like on the news whenever it is exposed through us, all of you guys, our media resources? Hey, the president keeps tweeting at the same time as this new thing. Would you guys, let's put some pressure on our journalists out there who call it, or our repeaters, to start being a journalist and actually looking into some of this information. Therefore, what happens? They can't.
Right.
Look at that. Look at what happens. They can't do it. So,
and let's take a look at this too, Shady. Here's the first Delta, the Delta 2755. It was posted on February 17th, 2019 at 13:29 and 7 seconds. Okay. The POTUS Twitter was February 17th, 2019, 1:29 or 13:29 at 40 seconds. I mean, that's just accounting for the lag, right? Within the same minute, guys. This is the 16th time. Here's another one from earlier. This is one I really happen to like.
So exciting.
This is the intheMatrixxx meme, my crude little meme where I drew it off on my iPhone, and right in that blue picture it talks about Anon's new. It says intheMatrixx.com. That's the to the Twitter account for intheMatrixxx, and it says Anon's new. This one said, "Stage set, public border wall fight necessary to bring public awareness regarding true intentions of D Party. Anon's new narrative fight, dark to light, Q." And then at the same time, Q was posting that picture of that meme that has intheMatrixxx account in it. Our Donald Trump was saying, "Well, it happened again." Amy Klobuchar announced that she is running for president. I'm sure that happens all the time. So that happened again? Did she do this once before?
No, and she never did it in a snowstorm either.
So then, "well, it happened again" doesn't really make that relevant to this conversation, but maybe to the one where I'm up to 9 now, I think, Shady posts from.
Yeah, and actually, I think 5 of them have been this graphic, guys.
Yes.
So this graphic, look at how important, we keep saying we're talking about the border, how important the border is. This border is more important than you guys know. And I'm going to tell you right now, with some of the stuff that's getting ready to come out in the news, just understand me whenever I say that there's a reason that the mainstream media did not give you any information about the El Chapo trial. And let's think about who El Chapo really was. And let's think about who it was that we just put in the ground like a few months ago, and who El Chapo was working for. How is it so easy for you to get? Who are these politicians that openly taking money from cartels? Is that information coming soon? Were these politicians in those states you just saw that give illegal people driver's licenses, that bring these people here through ports of entry? Think about it, guys. Lots of big information is coming out soon on the deep state. We have them right where we want them.
And there's so much information coming. I'm just kind of scrolling, showing you guys, look at all this stuff. Look at these posts. We're not even all the way done through the 17th yet. Look at this. There's 54. I mean, look at, this has been amazing. This is the one about the black population, posted on October 31st, 2017. Q post 19. They're waking up. This is absolutely a great time to be alive. You and I, people that are listening to this broadcast right now, pretty much know all of this stuff. We need to be armed for our friends and family and neighbors and children and all the people that will need us. Because if this FISA and if this D class is coming and it will bring down the house, people, wow. I mean, once people start getting arrested, oh my gosh, guys, we need to be there for them. And the people that are attacking, we'll be there for them too. Q post 2762, Shady.
All right. So 2762 here is telling us to think about why separated both maps to posts instead of placing both in the original. At what point is it mathematically impossible? Then bringing the Q takes to the next one, 2763. He shows the map, shows, and this is so cool. I mean, you're watching Q team direct the Anons. I mean, just imagine what kind of power this is to be able to get so many people, talented, creative people to submit, and then they bring it up, and he's showing you. I think now,
good stuff.
This is the GIF here, or that goes back and forth to show what is the states that we were just talking about. Very important to connect back to the October 31 Q drop number 19 in 2764 here. Great work, Patriot. Slowing will further highlight. But either way, something created by an Anon, reposted to the Chan, Q sees it, takes it, brings it to his device, and then posts it from behind the trip code back up for everybody to see. This is amazing way to communicate, and this is kind of what our idea is with the social media site, is us to be able to be together on the same message as we move the information not only between us but out into normie world on their Twitter accounts. The longer they leave Facebook open, the longer they leave Twitter open, the better it is for us to penetrate with this information.
Let's just talk about this graphic. The brown are states offering driving privileges to unauthorized immigrants.
Right.
The blue are Democrats.
Well, the blue are the Democratic states that won in the election,
which are basically the brown states. You guys notice that?
Yep.
Okay, so that's why he said
5-5.
Slow it, So it's perfect. Look at that. I mean, that is absolutely amazing. Just so you know, the Anons did fix Alaska. There is an updated graphic to this on the Chans. Brilliant Anons. Great job. Wonderful. It's great to see a dig happen with Q at the same time. I love seeing that. And then we cruise over to 2765. Shady. This is basically Senator Graham, chairman of the Senate Judiciary, threatens to subpoena Andrew McCabe. It goes to Q post 2444. It says, "We got what we needed. Thank you, Patriots. Senate means everything." Remember, that was the Senate vote, 53 to 47.
Right at the election.
Think judges, Supreme Court, and Cabinet. D-class overrides all potential House blockades. POTUS has ultimate authority. Shift to Senate Judiciary oversight from House to now occur. Stronger position and held in reserve for this scenario. Lower chamber, the House, used as 2-year starter. Upper chamber, the Senate, will be used as the 2-year closer. Military planned. No impact regarding ongoing investigations. Team is stronger. Pro in the kill box. Q. And it goes to a Fox News article, politics, Graham calls for McCabe comments, and it says planned. Q. So again, this was November 7th, 2018, going to an article today in Fox News, on Fox News. So, I mean, this is all being planned. This is happening, guys. And I'm going to cruise over.
Yeah, it's happening right now. And think for people out there, just to talk to other people, the Senate was the target. The Senate prevents any goofy legislation from getting out of the House. Okay. And so, and either way, the president has the power of the pen, but with this majority that we have in the Senate and with 2 new justices and one justice that's somewhere, I'm not sure where she is, but we have two justices appointed by the president that are going to stand up for the Constitution again. And I think we're seeing a potential another one coming, which is going to be again a carpet bomb that happens.
Right, and so there's the Graham right there comments, and Q said planned. So that's that one. And then we've got Q post 2766, and it basically goes to a political story, and I'll show you that right here. The political story is Whitaker to stay at Justice Department following stint as acting AG. So Matthew Whitaker is now senior counselor in the Associate Attorney General's office. I mean, I don't know if you guys know how huge that is, but
that's huge.
That's pretty darn huge. Okay?
Huge, dude.
So then it goes.
I mean,
yeah, huge, right? So then it goes to this Q post 2681 from February 9th of this month. And it talks about the countdown clock, basically, -30, -45, -60, -90, how NASA counts down and uses that where they have hold periods at 30, 45, 60, and 90 to make sure everything's good. And it talks about right here, Whitaker, remain, DOJ, senior, staff, future, proves, pass, guys. And this is Barr executes order to D-class, provides member of H committee long requested supplemental documentation in C setting, scope memo plus class as required by U.S. law. Whitaker remain DOJ senior staff. Barr meeting Huber and OIG. OIG report. House D's threatened subpoena over Barr Whitaker regarding D-class. This is how it's going to roll out, guys. Supreme Court report, Huber, etc. House D's use subpoena to power, ... Acts 1 and 2 and 3, spill plus 30 in Killbox. Meeting with North Korea, DNUC, denuclearization plan process. Sanction, lift, meets, subject A, B, food, and for people. Aid, UK, AUS, Australia, narrative shift regarding in-country spy campaigns versus POTUS. Hops 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to target. D, sky is falling, push to public, scare to control, projection, public awakening, narrative damage control placeholders are active, wall discussion and public awareness of D's, red/green castle per original plan, which we knew in March, dark to light. And it's got the YouTube video there, and it says this. It says Whitaker remain DOJ senior staff, senior counselor in the Associate Attorney General's office. Planned? Q.
5-5.
I'm gonna say planned. If everybody thinks it's planned, hit 1.
Going with planned and mathematically impossible.
Yeah, if this is mathematically delicious, and it's awesome, guys. Press 1 if you think this is planned. I mean, I'm gonna go. I gotta go over there.
I pressed my 1 early.
Did you do? There's a 1. Okay.
Yeah, I got mine in first because I'm ahead of them.
You're ahead of them. President speaking now, so we're competing with our president. Thank you. 20, but you can watch this video later, man. This will restream. It'll replay. It'll regenerate. You can watch it over and over and over. 2767 at Snowden. What happens when Russia gives you up? Will the C_A protect you? Sleep is important. Q. So I love that one. So we now know basically that Snowden is pretty much not a good guy.
And for maybe just to give a little quick, to other folks out there that may not know that Q has posted to Snowden multiple times, attempting to give him a bridge. Q has reached out and offered a bridge multiple times, and it looks like from this post, could be reading it wrong, but it looks like from this post that Snowden has not answered that call, and he is on the other team.
Yep, agree.
He's not under our control now.
Yep.
So.
Yep, and he had a chance, it sounds like. Look, and this is shady. I want you to take this one. I'm going to just show you the Q post real quick. This is the Cory Booker withholding judgment on Smollett case after calling it attempted modern-day lynching. It shows a bunch of pictures here of Smollett and other people. There's Smollett and Michael Obama. There's Smollett with a bunch of people, Time's Up March. There's Smollett with Michael and Obama Hussein. There's Smollett there in a meeting. He says, he says Rustin and Staley and Huey something and me. They're at some sort of, that's Maxine Waters pictured with. And I can't remember, is that Maxine Waters' husband? I can't remember who that was, but he's got a revolution with the fist, obviously communist. Then you've got Smollett again in the picture with a bunch of people as well, Harris and Booker. Harris and Booker applying political pressure. Go ahead. Why don't you take this, because I know you know more about this one than I do. You did that interview with Tiffany Fitzpatrick.
Yeah,
Fitzhenry.
yeah. I wanted to maybe get one of the moderators to drop you guys the link. I did a interview. This was interesting, Matrixxx. I did Tiffany and I taped an interview on Saturday about the Smollett case and what's coming out about this, and the guys from Nigeria and all the different stuff that was going to be exposed about this on Saturday earlier in the day. And we set up to do a premiere yesterday at 6 p.m. Funny enough, before that premiered, Q dropped this. We actually had a lot of these pictures in the video we had already taped, and she was talking about the connections to Kamala Harris, and she was talking about the connections to Michelle, the connections to Sheila Jackson, the connections to all of these other people here. And then, what's going on with this whole story falling apart. But Q posted all these pictures with this article and said, Harris and Booker applying political pressure regarding Chicago Police Department regarding Smollett false flag case. This is falling apart, guys. All of the information, just understand that this, whole anti-lynching legislation that was just passed, it's kind of hard for you to be someone who's against a anti-lynching bill. So they pushed this through. If you go back and look at the news stories, directly because of this story. And this guy, if you don't know the backstory, I'm just going to tell you real fast. He was asleep in his apartment. He woke up at 2 a.m. in Chicago, one of the coldest nights in the city for the year. Went down to the subway. On his way back from subway, two white men with MAGA hats and a noose and bleach threw bleach on him and put a noose around him and beat him up, only for him to go back to his apartment and call the police. And when the police arrived, the guy standing there with the noose still around his neck. So none of that sounds weird. So Q points us to this and says, what bill did the Senate recently pass regarding lynching? Who were the authors of the bill? What false flag event took place just prior to the passing of the bill? Did the false flag event involve a noose? Did the false flag event sway senators in their decision to prevent fake news attacks regarding the Smollett case? Did fake news contact many senators prior to the vote, seeking out pro or nay in attempt to coerce, using the Smollett case as a foundation for possible future smear against them? What is the mathematical probability of these two events occurring within the same time period? And what is the relationship of Smollett and Booker and Harris? Will Rahm Emanuel get involved? Will the Chicago PD cave under pressure? These people are sick. Hashtag wake up America Q. Wake up America. Realize that this is the game. They are using actors as political pawns. They've been doing it since the beginning of time, so that you can ever imagine, to sway, use propaganda, But this, right now, you have the police department disagreeing with the mayor. Okay, police department did an investigation, aren't finding any evidence to Smollett's claim and saying that his claims are illegitimate. He's not a victim any longer. And you have the mayor and the whole news media saying, no, wait a minute. So it's again, just like they're reporting that the president is in collusion with Russia because they know things you don't, or they know things investigators don't. Here again, we have propaganda, facts. Very simple. So yeah, we did an interview with Tiffany yesterday that aired yesterday right before this, and I was just like, my mouth hanging open again. It's like, wow, I'm glad Q pointed to this. This is very, very relevant to how this links to Hollywood.
That's right. And I did do, it's in my thread too, but let's cover the one right above it too, because Q basically reposts the irony, okay? And the irony, as he replies to that post about Smollett, quick history lesson. The 13th Amendment that abolished slavery had 100% Republican support and 23% Democratic support. Abolished slavery, okay? Not started. Abolished means stop, okay? 14th Amendment gave citizenship to freed slaves. That's 94% Republican support. The Democrats didn't want them to be citizens. Do you understand this? 15th Amendment, right to vote for all. The Republicans said, yeah, you guys have a right to vote. You guys are citizens because we voted for that, but the Democrats didn't. But the Democrats didn't even want you to vote. Now they want you to vote over and over and over. And it's, I mean, this is just insane what is going on, people. It's time to learn our real history. Shay, do you want to expound on that a little bit?
Yeah, well, I maybe just to say that the history in your history books is inaccurate, and Q has instructed us how to look at our history books. And if we go back and we look at the history books 20 years ago compared to the history books 40 years ago compared to the history books 60 years ago, why are they different? Okay, things are being changed. Now you have the whole Democrat narrative that the Democratic Party is the party of anti-racism. Well, think projection. Okay, think projection. Think always accuse the person of what it is you are doing, and your world will unfold in front of you like a magnificent view of the horizon. You will see clearly simply by seeing things through that lens. Whatever it is they're telling you that they're doing is what it is they're doing against you. Boom, boom. Makes sense.
No new taxes. Oh, wait, what happened? New
Read
taxes.
my lips. Keep your doctor.
Yeah, right. So again, this is the Republican Party just as guilty. The neocons. I always told people when we were growing up that Republicans are fiscally conservative, protecting your rights, and they're no longer doing that, except for now again. Okay, we have a president, and we need to make sure that our Republicans are MAGA presidents. MAGA Republicans, which is basically constitutional. I mean, it's cut and dry. It's not socialism. You have socialism and Democrat, which is communism, right? So, which way do you want to go? They didn't care. They owned both of the horses.
Socialism is communism for dumb people.
Right. All right. So 2770. Good. Well said. How do you infiltrate the MSM? Example 1. ABC News executive producer Ian Cameron married to Susan Rice, national security advisor to Hussein. CBS News, CNN, Jorn Biana, Vitalivina. Oh my God. Vitaly.
You did that better than I would have.
Right? Married to Peter R. Orstag, Director of Office of Management Budget for Hussein. CBS News President David Rhodes, brother of Ben Rhodes, Dell National Security Advisor for Hussein. ABC News correspondent Claire Shipman, married to Jay Carney, who was the White House press secretary for Hussein. MSM, arm / extension of the D Party. Nothing to see here. Q.
Look at that. Yeah. Look at this. This is important, guys. This is permeating your media. Pretty much everyone, it's an executive position of any of your deep state Mockingbird media are connected or married to somebody in the bureaucratic system that has some sort of political power. Same. In the group, once you're trained in the group, you're never out of the group. Remember that. The CIA have trained hundreds of thousands of people worldwide in the last 30 years. Man.
Anderson Cooper.
I mean, well, even think about the people that are in the news in foreign countries, in the news in Syria, in the news things in Russia, in Korea. There's deep China,
everywhere.
Deep state operatives that came from the CIA that you paid for, subverting your country all around the globe, trying to make people hate freedom.
So Shady,
projection.
This isn't to you or anything, but this is just my logic, right? So if it's called Operation Mockingbird, which is actually a C_A operation, wouldn't that mean that the news is C_A? That's just logic. I don't know, guys. You tell me if I'm wrong. All right, so this Q post, the next one, is amazing. It's Q 2771, and it links to the Time magazine that we've seen before, but if you're new to Q, you may not have seen this, but Time magazine goes through the 25 most influential people on the internet. Guess who's one of them?
Q.
Oh, look at that. There's Q. And POTUS, right? So I actually posted that one. It said Q posted 2771, Time magazine, the most influential on the internet. They knew the reach then. Think about now. So that article came out in June 28th. And it was updated on June 30th. So June 28th, the reach was that big then, being the 25 most influential people on the internet. Think about what it is now. Q. Q went ahead and reposted. Anons went and grabbed the the memes, if you will. Excuse me, the magazine and everything. So we go to QMap. Let's go ahead. It'll just look a lot nicer. We'll go down from the top. Stay tuned, guys. I'm sorry about that. Here we go. So 2272. There's your president. He's in the top 25 most influential. FDR had a talk radio show. JFK had TV, and Trump has Twitter. Thank God. The president rode to office at the presidency of the 148-acre soapbox, now 280 character. Oh yeah, 280 characters. Twitter, and has since turned it into the ultimate presidential bully pulpit. In the past, he singled out individuals as weak and insecure, and in addition to a barrage of personal insults, most recently he called Congresswoman Maxine Waters an extraordinary low IQ person. Sometimes those tweets also undermine his own administration, such as when he announced a transgender military ban. But see how they try to, what? This is so crazy.
It is nuts.
Before the policy was implemented. Although Trump's unorthodox stream of consciousness may generate headlines and galvanize his base, it also has raised concern amongst the New World Order. National security officials. That could be why a majority of responders to the Economist YouGov poll said Trump's Twitter style is inappropriate. Inappropriate for who? It's appropriate for me. Is it appropriate for you, Shady?
I love it.
We like freedom of speech, or who would this hurt? Right?
I know it hurts people that get offended easy.
It hurts people that are in control of your life, your money, your everything. It hurts them. It hurts the members that own the trusts that control us. The New World Order, the Illuminati. What do you want to call them? You can call them whatever you want.
They control your instrument and they control your registration around the world, guys. That's just the bottom line. It doesn't really go much further than the idea that they have your registration.
Yeah. And here's the Q. This is a picture of you because we are all Q. And obviously the Q team, we know this, yes. Last October, an anonymous user, known simply as Q, started posting cryptic messages on the controversial message board 4chan. We call it half Chan. The common theme being that President Trump is a secret genius and his opponents, namely Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, are evil. Q reportedly claimed to be getting this information directly from the government. Thanks to top secret Q-type security clearance, this has been little, if any, hard evidence to support Q's musings. But over time, thousands of people started to believe him, or at least to acknowledge they might be real, and became the new foundation of a wide-ranging conspiracy theory known as QAnon. That has been covered by the New York Times, New York Magazine, among others, and discussed in more than 130,000 videos on YouTube. One of the most prominent followers, Roseanne Barr, who tweeted several references to QAnon before being fired from her hit TV show in May, Melissa Chan. Interesting, huh? Did you like my QAnon stuff? Did you like that?
I thought you got the special effects working.
I wish, right? QAnon, so this is another one too. Is you had a hunch the news system was rigged and you couldn't put your finger on it, huh? This might solve the puzzle. And here's the meme talking about ABC News executive producer Ian Cameron, married to Susan Rice. So that Q post and Anon made a graphic to exactly show you in, visual who these people are. Okay. So
and how they're connected. So with this, the Q post, this meme, go there, click on the meme, open up your snip tool, take a picture of this meme, put it in your files, and then go to Twitter and post it to people so they can see this. You would not believe, Matrixxx, how many people just since this post dropped have already commented with me about this, this connection of mouth hanging open. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Who would have known, so this information, even though Anons know, okay, put yourself in the perspective of the people who don't know and how quick this could, like wake somebody up. Like, what? Whoa. Okay.
Absolutely.
That's the power of this stuff. And that's the reason Q wants us looking at this right now, because it's current.
That's right. I just want to just real quick read the rest of this Q post. The world is waking up to the truth. Expect attacks to dramatically intensify across all platforms. Q. And the attacks are happening across all platforms. There's no doubt about it. Twitter is censoring. Facebook is censoring. People are attacking people that are pro-Q, and they're saying that they're pro-MAGA and follow me, block them, do this, do what I say, all that kind of stuff. But it is, people shouldn't tell you who to follow. Be careful who you follow. Follow who you want to follow. If you're tired of Facebook and all that stuff, we've got a social media, so we can have a meeting place if this happens. Come on over to intheMatrixxx with 3x's.com and check it out and support us if you'd like to. So that's a beautiful Q post right there. I love that Time magazine. That was back in June. And think of the reach now, guys. And I think we're going to talk about this. We've got this is 2773. This is during Shady's show yesterday at 6:45. And it starts off with the Mueller down Trump tweet. It says, the Mueller investigation is totally conflicted, illegal, and rigged. Should never have been allowed to begin except for the collusion and many crimes committed by the Democrats. Witch hunt. And Q says, new POTUS tweet, 1 minute delta by Q. So basically, they're basically right at the same time, posting the same things, okay? 3 today, Q says. What are the odds of that?
They're high.
Very,
very high. Like the chances of you winning 3 lotteries from 3 countries on the same day high.
You mean that's not a coincidence?
No, it's not a coincidence, and it just doesn't happen.
Right. So then Q asked the Anons for a graphic request. This would be 3Q/POTUS 0 deltas. Okay. Then I actually found this too. Drop this. If the mods are in my thread, if they could go drop this too. This is Dion got the message about the Q nod. Praying Medic hat tipped me on finding this video, but I wanted to see if Dion was around again, and I found him on YouTube, and I wanted you guys to see it. It's about 5 minutes long. He acknowledges the Q nod, which is beautiful. I loved it. Then the brilliant Anons, as we know, POTUS asked the Anons to go ahead and make a graphic. Well, boom, there it is. There's the graphic for the 3 today.
On the 17th month of the Q campaign.
And now we have 17 deltas.
34 drops on yesterday.
And 17
34.
plus 17 equals?
Yep. 34.
Does it? That's crazy.
It does.
Come on, that's a coincidence.
That's Q plus Q.
So I also had, also posted some Chan memes as well. Q responds, I already showed it to you because I already had gotten it because I was, lurking the Chans. Q says, well done, Patriot. And brilliant Anon, I'd like to add. Important to note, Q drops just prior to POTUS. Something big is coming. Q, something big is about to drop. What do you think about that, Shady?
I think that this next post that came after that was like mouth open.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to QMap for that because it's a long one. So bear with me, and I will let you read it, Shady, if you'd like to.
Oh, I definitely want to read this one.
All right, you got it. So it is Q post. Here we are. This is the bar. Do you want to be Mueller?
Let me be Barr and you be Mueller.
All right, sounds good. Let's have some fun with it. All right. This is Q post 2776. This is AG Barr, Special Counsel Mueller, and Rod Rosenstein to discuss Russia investigation.
Bob, show me the evidence and reasoning for why this investigation was started and still ongoing.
With regards to the president, we have found no links to ties to any foreign entity, etc.
Well, the mandate was clear. Verify and investigate reports of possible foreign collusion between the president and Russia. So what justification existed to effectively launch a massive domestic foreign surveillance spy campaign against the president before he was elected and after he was elected with members of the transition team and campaign team?
Steele dossier along with media corroboration of those findings.
Was the Steele report a trusted and verified report for intel, or to continue, especially considering the funding party was the opposition party?
Those facts were never taken into consideration. FISC granted authority to conduct based on conclusions presented.
Was Fisk made aware of all details surrounding the dossier?
No. We believe there was urgency placed on the authority given to the gravity and timeline of events that would evolve negated to populate fully.
Well, why were efforts made to continue investigating the president and interrupt his official capacity in governing if the only document presented was an unsubstantiated and unverified? I mean, why were questions and threat of subpoena communicated to the president if no factual foundation existed? All charges thus far are unrelated to the original mandate. Why are you still active in pursuing a crime if you have no verifiable evidence or evidence through discovery even exists?
And this is bar to RR. Keep going.
And RR, what justification did you have to effectively expand the mandate, not report that expansion to Congress in order to seek a crime outside of Russian collusion? What specific reasoning and or facts existed to justify the appointment of a special counsel to begin with per the law? Why did you recommend to Sessions that he should recuse? And why wasn't the mandate, budget, and regular updates provided to Congress upon their request? And why is everything kept confidential and under inappropriate classifications? Was the purpose of investigating here to find a crime versus investigate the evidence of a crime? Class 1 through 99, Q.
Nicely done. Did you like my Mueller impression? Was that good?
I really did. I think that you really captured. But that right there is something special. You guys, this is accurate.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this has already happened, and we're 3 days into this Attorney General. This is amazing.
And Q says disregard any misspellings on the move. Q. In the move, on the move, Q. So the last sentence was the purpose of investigating to find a crime versus investigate evidence of a crime. I mean, this is absolutely, this whole thing, read it again if you didn't get the gist of it with our silliness and whatnot, but this is a very, very serious and amazing post. One of my favorites, because, that's basically showing that it's just crap.
and it's also giving you, what this is, to me, this is justice for Anons, because what you're seeing right there is a person holding the feet of the deep state to the fire. And we know that once they have that lit under them, this story is not going to hold up. And now they're going to have to explain it to someone like they're 12. He's like, well, what are you talking about? What are you doing? What? Let me see my rule book here. No, that doesn't fit. Okay?
That's absolutely right. I wanted to take a second too, because I found a brilliant Anon post on these 3 posts, Q with the 3 in parentheses, right? And my question to the Anons is, was today Delta Day, D-Day, right? And this is a great post. It's basically goes like this: Q abbreviations, 3 posts. Military intelligence. What is state secrets and how upheld in the Supreme Court? What must be completed to engage MI over other 3-letter agencies? Why must allow for civilian trials? Why is this relevant? What is Flynn's background? Who are the puppet masters? House of Saud, 6 +++, 4 trillion. Rothschild, 6 ++, 2 trillion plus. Soros, 6 +, 1 trillion plus. Focus on above 3. You see, we're focusing on the 3 in parentheses, folks, posts. And this is like all of the posts, if you will. Focus on the above 3. Public wealth disclosures false. Many governments of the world feed the eye. Think slush funds, feeder. Think war, feeder. Think environment pacts, feeder. Triangle has 3 sides. Eye of providence. Follow the bloodlines. What is the keystone? How did Soros replace Family Y? Who is Family Y? Trace the bloodlines of these three families. Upon receipt of the Go code, Good Guys flies during a blackout window provided by an unknown agency with unknowns, ordinary people by the look of it, to select a location regarding highly classified mission who was given the Go order by X to execute the delivery 3 for care. Bad guy intercepts message due to rogue operator embedded in tactical observation unit and takes out good guy by top-down invisible attack. All right, and it keeps going real quick, and it talks about the stringers, right? The castle runs red, yes, because it had a 3 in there as well. The fix has always been in, no matter which party won the election. JFK killed, Reagan shot. This was always the promise made to those who played the game, willingly or otherwise. I.e., they would never lose power. Power of 3-letter agencies. Power over the U.S. military. Worldwide dominance to push against other nations and install like kind. U.S. Marine Corps activated. U.S. 3. Hello, Maggie. Trust funds. 3. Deposits routed from EU. Why are deposits originally from EU being transferred to 3 trust funds? Children in Killbox. How do you get your talking points? Why do many DC journalists, yourself, use and replace burner phones every week? How do you pass the new number out? Tweets are very important. Would you believe Hussein tried to call Kim prior to the summit? He did not give his updated phone number. 3. North Korea generals released. Closed the pathway for bad actors. Tarmac, final meeting. No charges dropped. Equals Supreme Court. Go-betweens, meetings 1 through 4. Hussein, 3. National Security Orders official. POTUS can declass. Bottom to top. See now. FBI, DOJ to expand fast. FISA apps false. Activate domestic spy campaign. UK assist. Feed to C_A. Cannot operate domestically. JB. John Brennan. Then we go to more Q posts with the 3 in it, right? Coleman notes from October 4th contain the following entry. 1, Wiener, sick, Anthony Weiner sick. 2, unrelated. 3, Anthony Weiner sick, texting 15-year-old sexually explicit. 9/26, Federal South SW, iPhone, iPad, laptop, initial analysis of laptop, thousands of emails, Hillary Clinton and Foundation, crime against children, plus. Okay. Executive Order 13526. That actually adds up to 17. Section 1.7. Classified So I want you to look at 3 on here, and this is exactly what we thought, Shady, about how we're going to get rid of the Federal Reserve. Restrain competition, right?
Yes.
We focused on 3 here, just so you know. Okay, this is the monopoly. This is the single entities that control all of the business globally. This executive order from Obama, section 1.7, subsection 3, restrain competition, is how we're going to get them. And then we've got 3 detention centers being prepped, monitor funding, 3 today. What are the odds of that? Graphic request, 3 Q POTUS, 0 Delta. So I thought that was really cool. It's basically like a whole reading of all the 3 in parentheses posts.
Very good.
So basically, 17 deltas on the 17th February, the 17th month of the Q campaign, 34 posts left out of here. 17 plus 17 is 34. 17, I mean, it's mathematically impossible, right? Isn't it?
It is.
It is
mathematically impossible.
So I also found this too today. Today's 3 at real Donald Trump's 0 Delta Day. Yesterday, the U.S. Army tweets the night before D-Day. I'm sure that's a coincidence. That was February 16th at 12 p.m. The U.S. Army says the night before D-Day, Joseph Riley and the 101st AASLST Division parachuted behind enemy lines. He and his fellow soldiers helped secure Utah Beach. Joseph also fought in Operation Market Garden, Battle of the Bulge, and Battle of the Ruhr Pocket. White House photo. God bless you, sir, Joseph Riley. Thank you very much for what you've done for our country. And the U.S. Army posted that at 12 noon on the 16th. So it's the night before D-Day. I found that to be pretty interesting. And Shady, that wraps up the 17th, I believe. That
does wrap up the 17th. And just so you know, since we've been on here, we've gotten a bunch more posts. So I think that I think that we may have to come back later on today and
Yeah.
do something else, and maybe do another little show. We are getting to oh wow, we're already over an hour and a half,
Yes,
guys.
we are.
So we're this is an amazing weekend, and I wanted to just say out there to everybody, wow. If this is not energizing to you, you are not going to be energized by this movement. This is unbelievable. So take this energy and let's start spreading it. Matrixxx and I are really, really working hard to get this stuff underneath us, this foundation. Go over to the QArmy social network and find us, friend us, start a conversation. Let's start working together in a different way where I'm calling it the red-pilled conspiracy analyst core. Okay, so that's where we're
I like it.
That's where we want to be. We want to have a place where pretty much everyone over there is red pilled, so that no matter who comes to the platform in the future, people they interact with are going to be helpful and kind and encouraging. And let's work on creating that environment in our real lives as well and with other people. This Q stuff is really fascinating. And it's time consuming, but guys, I'm promising you, it's going to be worth every single minute you've spent working with us and helping us on this. I promise.
Absolutely. And you know what? We'll be on a little bit later tonight, maybe about 8, 9 Eastern. We'll figure it out. I'm going to go ahead and post the final results on Twitter, also on intheMatrixxx with 3x's.com, and we'll get that going for you. Oh, and it looks like Trinity has picked up the phone, Shady. So you know what that means.
That means we got to get out of here real quick, brother.
We got to get out.
Take it easy. Thanks for having us. Thanks for joining us. And find us over there on the QArmy social network, and we'll be back here soon.
That's right. The only way to get out of the Matrixxx is pick up that phone and get out. And it might hurt a little bit, but we're enjoying every minute of it. Let's get out of this Matrixxx. Today was Monday, February 18th at 4:36 p.m. We will be on a little bit later tonight going over some Q posts from today. We've just got a bunch more. We've got a lot of work to do, Anons. Here we go. With that, Shady and I say have a great day, and let's get you out of this Matrixxx. Thank you all. Peace.